description, you'll see my dimensions there. And what I've done is I've measured the front of my head, sections of the hairline. So we're going to start with the centerpiece for the rectangle. So it's going to be 15 inches long and 6 inches wide. And you'll want your yardstick to make sure the line gets straight. Go ahead and draw out your rectangle that's, say, 15 by 6 inch. To get the 4-inch at the middle top, that'll crease at the back, bottom of the neck. And then you'll need to figure out the dimensions of how far up for 3.5 inches, and then you want to connect the 4-inch end to the 3-inch, and then you have your decrease at the neck. Now, to do the more complicated, you just want to follow around the face first, and then do around the head last. Check out the blog to get assistance on how to do the dimensions for your own personal head. So what I did was 7 inches up, and then I did so many inches up there, connected them, smoothed it out, and then went back and measured it, made sure it was 15 inches. So go ahead and cut out the pattern. Shouldn't take very long. And now that you've got the pattern cut out, you kind of want to do a general guide and see how it fits on your head. So there's the side piece, and there's the centerpiece, and the narrow down goes to the back so that you know to put the wider part of the center in the front, and then line the ear hole up and try to line it up, and it looks like for the most part it fits. So let's do a draft, get that together. Go ahead and find your scrap stretch fabric, which I have, and I'm going to pin it in and cut it out. And when you do all this, once you get the idea of how to pin it in, put it together, that kind of thing, it works the same when you go to do the original. But this is the draft. So keep that in mind once we do the original for the actual cutout for the real thing. Just remember you're doing the exact same thing. You're going to pin it out, cut it out, that kind of thing. Do the side. Cut it out. You'll need two. And then you're going to pin it in. Remember, the widest part of it goes closer to the ear of the side when you pin it in. You'll kind of see there. So pin it in as close as you can. It's a challenge because you're working with a curve and a straight. Do it for both sides. And it should fit on your mannequin's head to kind of give you an idea. And already you should obviously be seeing when you turn around that the side back will need to be cut a little longer. Not a problem. You make a note of that. And let's go ahead and sew it up and see how it fits on the head. I'm going to use a zigzag stitch when I go to the machine because this is a stretch garment that's going around the head. And the challenge is not to pull or push the fabric, and try not to create gaps in the fabric because you're working with a straight and a curve. Other than that, zigzag it all the way around both sides. make sure you reverse it so the stitch stays. And do the other side. Okay, we're done. Now let's put on a cap of some sort so we can kind of see how it fits. It's pretty close. We know that we'll need to move the ear holes back, and we'll need to curve it around the face more. It's too covering the face. The centerpiece looks good for the most part. I don't think it needs widening any. The side obviously needs extending just in the front. Ear holes need moving back, and there needs to be more of a curvature on the face. And so, of course, the back also, side back also needs to be extended so that it fits. So yeah, we want to extend our sides. So the sides are the most work that needs to be doing. So now that I've got that done, I'm going to go in and make adjustments to my pattern. And here's what I've done. I've taken the original and I've just lifted to cut straight back on my original pattern, moved the ear hole back as I said, extended the ear section down so that it covered more in front of the ear, and extended the back of the neck area so that it matched up with the centerpiece. Also, no adjustments were really made. So then I went in and I took it, and it's a stretch one way, and I cut it 1/2 inch extra. And I cut, it's a one-way stretch. So what I did was I went in and I cut in the stretch in that direction. And then on the side, I cut the stretch in the vertical. And so now what I want to do is do just like I did on the original draft, pin it together, that kind of thing, and sew it up. And there you have it. So what I did is I flipped it inside out and I pinned it to my head so that it fit exactly. And then I sergered the edges, and I've used tape to kind of get it generally in place. So yeah, here's my cap. All it needs to do is be painted, and there you go. So yeah, you flip it inside out and you pin it to exactly where it fits your head, because it was big on me. And once I did that, I went and I sewed it up, and as you can see, it fits exactly. So that's how you get your base pattern, and then you fit it to your head. Alrighty. So this is the cap and the mask completed.